Pacific One News, the news web leader, your exposure to the world.
UK PM Rishi Sunak optimistic about signing FTA with India this year. Tensions over Khalistani groups' interference operations mark Trudeau-Modi meet at G20. Back to normalcy, Brazil hopes for Russia-Ukraine wars end by G20 summit. Andhra Pradesh Bandh, TDP workers hold protest against Chandrababu Naidu's arrest. Hi, this is Khushi Chauhan and you're watching Pacific One News, the news web leader, your exposure to the world. In a strong indication to clinch a deal this year, UK Prime Minister Rishi Sunak said that India and the United Kingdom have made enormous progress towards signing a free trade agreement. The remarks came at the G20 summit in Delhi on Friday. Rishi Sunak said, both Modi ji and I are keen to see a comprehensive and ambitious trade deal concluded between our two countries. Both of us think that there is a good deal to be done. The British Premier stressed there was still hard work to do and said an agreement had to work for both countries. I think there is an enormous opportunity for both India and the UK to strengthen our economic cooperation, which will bring real benefits to our citizens in both countries, the UK PM added. India's concerns over anti-India Khalistani violence in Canada and Canadian concerns over foreign interference from India were part of what appeared to be a tense and testy meeting between Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau in New Delhi on the sidelines of the G20 summit on Sunday. In readouts of the meeting delivered by the Ministry of External Affairs, in a statement and by Mr. Trudeau in a press conference at the Bharat Mandapam's International Media Centre, both highlighted their differences. Mr. Modi conveyed strong concerns about extremist elements in Canada to PM Trudeau, the MEA statement said. President of Brazil, Luiz, expressed his wish for the Russia-Ukraine war to conclude and for a return to the normalcy when the G20 summit in Brazil begins. Luiz said, I do not know the reason why President Putin and Xi Jinping did not participate here, but I will invite them and I hope that they will come to Brazil and participate in the summit. I hope that when we open the summit in Brazil, the war has ended and we are back to normal times. Luiz further added, I would like to congratulate India for organizing the summit exceptionally well. Former Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister and Telugu Desam Party President N. Chandrababu Naidu was arrested in a pre-dawn operation on Saturday at Nandyala for his alleged role in the multi-crore Skill Development Corporation scam. He was also produced in the ACB court in Vijayawada on Sunday morning around 6 a.m. The TDP chief was then sent to 14 days judicial custody till 23 September in connection with the alleged corruption case. TDP workers hold protest against the arrest and judicial custody of former Andhra Pradesh CM and TDP chief. According to Andhra University sources, the varsity and its affiliated colleges are functioning. However, some private schools have declared a holiday in view of the ban. Now it's time for a short break. We'll be back soon.
Pacific One News, the news web leader, your exposure to the world.
The political situation was all right.
हर कीमत पर भारत की एकता अखंडता की रक्षा की जाएगी.
Who? What? When? Why? Your curiosity is our priority. Who trumped the political tussle? Who showed their power muscle? Scaling new peaks in science and tech. Are they keeping the global warming in check? From foreign policies to international disputes, we keep an eye on India's rise to superpower. We bring you news as is. No opinions, no agenda, no masala. Keep calm and access top stories right in your palm. We bring you news that you can use.
हालात को देखते हुए देश में ये लॉकडाउन 21 दिन का होगा.
Cruising through the alleys, towns and metros. Every moment of importance, from geopolitical moves to hyper-local news, we bring you what's happening in India. New outlook, new thoughts, news with the views. Pacific One News, the news web leader, your exposure to the world.
So we are back after a break. Now moving ahead. Shah Rukh Khan shared a congratulatory message for Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Sunday evening as the G20 summit drew to a close. The two-day event involving the world's biggest economies was hosted in New Delhi amid an increasingly convoluted geopolitical landscape. Indeed, the successful adoption of the G20 leaders' declaration has been dubbed a coup for host PM Modi. Congratulations to Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji for the success of India's G20 presidency and for fostering unity between nations for a better future for the people of the world. Sir, under your leadership, we will prosper not in isolation but in oneness. One earth, one family, one future, SRK tweeted. Addressing the concluding day of the two-day national executive of BJP's Mahila Morcha in Guwahati, Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma slammed the Congress for using the word India as the acronym for the opposition bloc Indian National Development Inclusive Alliance, claiming that the Congress uses India and Bharat as per its political convenience. The Assam Chief Minister called the opposition leaders the leaders of duplicates and said that the Congress grabbed the Gandhi surname at first and then they took up the name India for their alliance. When the time to gather vote comes, the Congress people conduct Bharat Jodo Yatra. When the Karnataka elections ended, they became India, Sarma said. Italy's Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni privately signalled to China's Premier Li Qiang that Italy is seeking to exit the Belts and Roads Initiative agreement signed 4 years ago. Earlier in July this year, Italy's Defence Minister Corsetto has said that the BRI was an improvised and atrocious made by Italy while signing with China. Reports of Italy considering signing the BRI a regrettable decision and seeking to break free has been doing the rounds from the later half of 2023. However, during the prestigious 18th group of G20 summit being held in India's Delhi, Italy's PM Meloni has signaled to China that they want to exit the agreement that is testing Italy's relations with the United States. More than 2,000 people have been killed so far after a deadly earthquake jolted Morocco in the late evening hours on Friday. According to Al Jazeera, after the magnitude 6.8 earthquake, which claimed the lives of more than 2,012 people and injured 2,059 others, while also leaving many homeless, authorities on Saturday proclaimed 3 days of national mourning in the country. According to a statement from the military, King Mohammed of Morocco directed the armed forces to deploy specialized search and rescue teams and a surgical field hospital. Now it's time for a short break. We'll be back soon.
Pacific One News, the news web leader, your exposure to the world.
The political situation was all right.
हर कीमत पर भारत की एकता अखंडता की रक्षा की जाएगी.
Who? What? When? Why? Your curiosity is our priority. Who trumped the political tussle? Who showed their power muscle? Scaling new peaks in science and tech. Are they keeping the global warming in check? From foreign policies to international disputes, we keep an eye on India's rise to superpower. We bring you news as is. No opinions, no agenda, no masala. Keep calm and access top stories right in your palm. We bring you news that you can use.
हालात को देखते हुए देश में ये लॉकडाउन 21 दिन का होगा.
Cruising through the alleys, towns and metros. Every moment of importance, from geopolitical moves to hyper-local news. We bring you what's happening in India. New outlook, new thoughts, news with the views. Pacific One News, the news web leader, your exposure to the world.
So we are back again, now moving ahead. Due to continuous rain in Chamoli for the last 2 days, the higher areas including the hills have received the first snowfall of the season. The fresh snowfall occurred on the hills of Badrinath Dham, Hemkund Sahib and Rudranath in the Chamoli district of the state. Earlier, amid incessant rainfall in Uttarakhand, debris piled up near National Highway 9 in Amori village. The Badrinath National Highway also experienced continuous debris accumulation near Pagal Nala, which led to the temporary blockage of the road. This created challenges for commuters and pilgrims heading to the revered town of Badrinath. The controversial Maratha reservation issue has once again taken the center stage ahead of the 2024 Lok Sabha elections. Manoj Jarange Patil, who spearheaded the state-demanding state-level reservation for Marathas, recently announced that he had given up water and intravenous support. Meanwhile, other backward classes groups and Kunbis, a subset of the Maratha community, have opposed the move, caught in between the supporters and those who are opposing. The BJP Shiv Sena-led state government has called for an all-party meeting today. A first such move where the ruling administration sought to understand the views of the opposition parties since the protest first surfaced roughly 2 weeks ago. Fresh from the success of Jailer, Rajnikant has now signed his with filmmaker Lokesh Kanagraj. The film is tentatively titled Thalaivar 177 and will be an action thriller which will go on floors next year. Anirudh Ravichandar, who is currently winning praise for music in Jawan, will give music for the film. Anbariv, who won the National Film Award for the Best Stunt Choreographer for KGF Chapter 1, will design stunts for the film. After initial reports regarding the film surfaced online, Sun Pictures recently confirmed the same. Fans of Rajnikant were elated after the film confirmation. Many of them are confident that the film will be even bigger success than Jailer. Shah Rukh Khan's latest film Jawan released in theatres on September 7, and within just 3 days of its release, the movie has already crossed the 200 crore rupees mark at the Indian box office. Ejaz Khan, who plays a pivotal role in the film, recently shared his experience of collaborating with SRK on the film. Ejaz Khan revealed that he could not perform an action sequence where he had to push and hit Shah Rukh Khan, but the star encouraged him. I used to dance behind Shah Rukh Khan. Now I am threatening him, says Jawan actor Ejaz Khan. That's all for now. Stay tuned for more updates.
Pacific One News, the news web leader. Your exposure to the world.